from North Wales and more specifically Anglesey for the second event in the Intelligent Sport World Series. It's an island known for its two Thomas Telford bridges and for beautiful scenery, but perhaps mostly for boasting the town with one of the longest names in the world. I could entertain you with my pronunciation, or we could get on with the race. Let's just get on with the race. So here they are, the next bunch of competitors who think they've got the muscle and the know-how to tackle some fiendish challenges here today. They've got to run and bike for miles while solving problems that will make their brains hurt. Let's join Rob Walker for the start.
Well, 43 teams assembled for this BG Energy Challenge, also doubling up as round two of the Intelligent Sport World Series. This is a team-building event for companies working in the energy industry, raising money for Sparks and Care International. A gruelling climax to 48 hours of competition, starting and finishing here at Maltrife Bay. A 2-kilometre exhausting run over the sand to pick up the maps. The best runners picked by their teams here. Nobody wants to waste time at the beginning. Once they've rejoined their teams, there'll be a 3K bike ride to the first brain cell, where they'll encounter the first of 4 puzzles today. Get it wrong and you endure a time penalty. Then 2.5K on the bike, over a mile run before brain cell number 2. Another effort up the hills here in the glorious Welsh countryside. Brain cell 3, yet another run before the final test of the brain and the glory of the finish line. So some pretty tired legs out there, but some class ones as well. BG Group, Thomas Pecklaner, he's done a couple of marathons, Houston and New York, that's why he's in the lead. And coming into shot with the pink armband, Parenco, the defending champions. Rebecca spoke to them earlier today.
What are you looking forward to in particular? All of it.
Winning.
The bike.
Winning.
I haven't winning. Yes, of course. That's what I said last time. We won, so that's good.
I think making sure if we can do the puzzles and we do them quickly, but don't waste time on them if they're looking possible. But just drive through, because I think we're good physically and pretty sharp mentally as well, so we'll be okay.
So the runners now gathering the rest of their teammates before going on to tackle the first stage on their bikes over the sand dunes. BG Group have had a good run, thanks to Thomas Pecklaner. They're on their way already. Absolutely stunning backdrop this for the second round of the Intelligent Sport World Series.
Come on, KPMG!
KPMG were the first team into the sand dunes at the start of the run. The leaders at the moment were those with one fast runner, but only a true team performance could win the day. Thanks to that soft Welsh sand, legs were already tired on arrival at the mountain bikes, which would carry teams for the next few miles. But if running these tracks was tough, cycling them was torture, as KPMG found out first. This is normally the bit where we have an exciting montage of bikes flying past the cameras for your entertainment. Not today. Though there was some comedy running on offer. Eventually the teams did reach some harder tracks and got some speed up. With others floundering in the sand behind them, KPMG had the chance to firm up their advantage, but blew it by going over there when they should have been over here. But at least they confused the opposition. All this left BG Group in the lead, ready to attempt the first puzzle. Here the competitors have to solve a tricky little puzzle if they want to stay out of the brain cell. I mean, I say tricky, it's actually fairly straightforward. To find the value of x and y, you simply substitute x into the second equation and easy. X equals -1, y equals 4. Let's find out how the competitors get on with Rob.
Question 1.
There's Mike Gustafsson leading BG Group back in front
X and Y
after a mistake by KPMG.
Okay. Multiply that by 5, so it's 25x plus. Hang on, stop. One person speak. It's 21.
Well, permission to speak denied there. Second place, Nexen Petroleum.
Give me a pen, give me a pen.
Tense moments these. The first brain cell, always an interesting indication of tactics by these teams. What they don't want to do is give away a correct answer, so some of them talking in hushed tones, hiding their papers from each other. There's Anna Liu of Perenco, the defending champions. Well, she doesn't want the cameraman to see.
5x plus 3y, so y can be a minus.
Baringa trying to make their way through the puzzle. So too Amek.
You want the answer?
Have we got the answer? The marshal cries. This is Nexen.
Yep,
They've got it right. They were fourth last year, desperate for the podium, and the team in blue are the first to get this brain cell correct. They're on their way. BG Group in the orange on the left of your screen. Trying to work out if they're also on their way to the next stage. Yes, they are. Superb stuff, and we have a competition on our hands here in Anglesey. Wasting absolutely no time at all getting to their bikes. Good to see such hunger from these teams. Every second counts on this, the climax of a grueling 48 hours of competition. Nexen just making their way through the massive bodies. Baringa, they've got it wrong, so they suffer the agony of standing in the brain cell. Time wasted for them. Well, Nexen should be moving a bit quicker than that. There's a little bit of a stroll by the boys in blue. Perhaps they don't realise that the team in orange, BG Group, coming up behind them. Well, either they're not doing any map reading or they've already finished it. And they look as though, and they are, taking the lead again. Well, it's cat and mouse here in North Wales. Superb stuff. These teams are definitely going to be starting to feel tired. But BG Group seizing the ball by the horns. There's Ashurst also in the bin. It's getting quite busy in there now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Amek, Team 45, they're also safely through.
Uh-oh. What went wrong? Did you guess?
No, it was just our tactic. We knew we weren't going to get it.
Yeah. And now we're having
Mutual decision, you all happy to take that decision?
Very happy.
Well, not now, because we realised that 5 minutes is actually a long time. Oh well.
Do you reckon you can catch them up on the next round?
Yeah.
What are your strengths?
I hope it's
Not math.
hopefully cycling.
Bad luck, guys. Better luck next time.
Thanks a lot.
Well, here's a first glimpse of Venture Production, the company making their debut in this year's competition. And they're obviously up for it. They've brought 5 teams with them. Got a whole raft of expertise, female footballers, amateur boxers. Well, here's Mike Gustafsson of BG Group. He's not a boxer or a footballer, but he's a pretty good marathon runner. And these guys are pretty fit as well. Nexen Petroleum, neck and neck. Well, they did stop to do a bit of map reading just after being the first team to successfully complete the first brain cell. And having let BG Group into the lead, they're now re-seizing the initiative themselves. Cracking pace here by Team 14. This is the team, just to remind you, who call themselves Fit But Thick. So they've got the prowess physically, but what about their mental capacity?
At the front of the race, no team could use their bikes to establish a clear advantage, with all the teams mixed up on the ride through the forest. They all seemed aware that if they couldn't get a lead through physical efforts, a good performance at Brain Cell 2 could do the job.
This way, guys. Follow Mike.
The tension was high as teams worked their way through a mind-boggling sequence of equations. One mistake would be enough to put them in the brain cell for 7 minutes. With Venture Production and reigning champions Perenco arriving, the heat was on for the leaders, and BG Group were first to try and answer.
Thank you. How long? How long? Is this answer point?
Afraid not.
Amek were next to get it wrong, but nobody went away empty-handed.
Anyone want a jelly baby while you're in jail?
Lovely, thank you.
Next up were Nexen.
That's correct.
With a confident-looking Venture Production very close behind. It was Venture's debut in the event and possibly about to be a successful one as the first of their 5 teams moved nearer the lead.
Incorrect in the cell.
Unlike these teams who were only adding to the number queuing for jelly babies in the brain cell. It didn't take long for Venture Production to take the lead, leaving the BG boys with some hard graft to do as punishment for getting that second puzzle wrong. Could the leaders repeat their success at the third of the 4 brain cells? Let's find out with Rob Walker.
Well, we really are getting to a crucial stage of this event now. Venture Production have the luxury of arriving first. Let's see what they make of this one. We'll leave it on the screen for you to have a go at home as well. But remember, as you take this on from the comfort of your own lounge, these teams have been working very, very hard. Physically tired, that's the whole point of the competition. Pretty colourful team this. Female footballers, amateur boxers. Now let's see if they can get a huge psychological boost here. No, they can't. So it looked obvious and they've got it wrong. Well, what an opportunity that presents the team currently in second place, Nexen Petroleum. All these guys can do is stand and watch.
You guys just go straight in. Did you get it wrong?
No. We're just letting other teams catch up. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's like more interesting for you camera guys at the finish.
It's a lot of cages.
You gotta be looking at ugly mugs the whole time.
-3, +3, -1, +1.
Key moments this for Nexen. Remember, they were 4th last year and they are desperate to get on the podium or even to win it.
Should we do some pull-ups over here?
Venture Production deciding just to keep loose physically. Meanwhile, Nexen continue to stretch their mental capabilities.
32 +2.
Right, it's only 6 minutes and these guys are
So, Nexen Petroleum have decided the answer's 32. Are they right?
It's a bit more running.
Well, all Venture Production can do is wait and watch. They hear a yes. It certainly doesn't come from Nexen because they've got it wrong.
£2 entry.
So once again, Venture Production seizing the initiative between these 2 teams. But what about the rest quickly coming along behind? Led for that 3rd place at the moment by BG Group. Now Tony Elliott's coming in here. He's got a maths degree. What does he think the answer is?
Tony, you know this one. I reckon it's just 32.
Well, the maths graduate also thinks it's 32, but perhaps therein lies the key to this puzzle. It's more about lateral thinking than it is about pure mathematics.
I don't know, I reckon we just go all turn it. 31, 31, 31, so that's 28, 30, 32 now. 32? Answer. Write it down, get it out. Are you sure? Come on, we're not going. Let's just take the time out, and if we're wrong, we go in. Right.
Well, that's a good move by Tony Elliott because what he's saying is, look, guys, even if we're not sure, let's have a go. If we got it wrong, we'll get on with the penalty. Here come AMEC.
Get the cage or. No one's got it right yet. Let's have a quick look at it inside.
I'll look at the question first.
So AMEC approached the puzzle. Meanwhile, BG Group have realised that 32 was wrong, but at least they didn't waste too much time trying to get to the correct answer. Here come AMEC, and what they've realised is that no team have so far got this right.
32. That's the obvious, it's 32.
Well, AMEC saying 32 is the obvious answer. Perhaps they're cottoning on to the fact that this is a lateral thinking puzzle. Big cheer from Nexen's other team. They're very happy with life as they come into this really tough challenge. And as they try and work out their answer here in the stunning setting of Newborough Forest, Venture Production's penalty period will quickly be coming to an end.
Let's get it. Write it down. 28.
Take the hit.
A look of resignation on the faces of AMEC. Perhaps they've already decided or realised that they are going in the brain cell.
You okay, go for it. No, further's wrong.
Well, they knew 32 was wrong, and they'll now have some time to think about it. So if you did get this at home, very well done. January, February, March, April, May and June has 30 days, and that is your answer.
Wow, there's no pattern there. So is that 32 or 33?
It's neither. Just showing how difficult this test really is. Here come Parenko, all in black, last year's champions.
Yeah, 32, I like that.
And a bit of bunching going on here at Brain Cell 3, but Venture Production are out. They've served their time penalty, and much to their relief, they are out and they're back in the lead.
Well, if you went for 32, you're in good company, which by this stage there was plenty of in the Brain Cell.
This is an awesome event, though. This is brilliant fun. Yeah, it really is. Absolutely. I mean, 2 days it's been fantastic. It's a bit obvious, so the answer's obviously a bit more intricate than that.
Nexon was soon out, though, and some simple hard running would help make up the deficit.
Great job. Maybe get the next puzzle right.
Did you guess this one, or did you have an idea?
We had a good answer. It wasn't the right answer.
Well, if it's not right, then it's no good. And it wasn't until these guys arrived in 10th place, taking an impressive 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds to solve it, that anyone got it right.
Yep, well done.
Venture Production again, not their fastest foursome, but one of only 3 teams who managed to bypass the Brain Cell here, leaving the top 5 positions unchanged. Brain Cell 3 had put a lot of teams just too far back to have any chance of a medal position. But you're never too far back to have a laugh at least. Venture Production were in with a chance of victory though, to the delight of their fans and the team. Only one puzzle between them and glory. Join us after the break as they face the Brain Cell for the final time.
Welcome back to the stunning island of Anglesey off the North Welsh coast. Superb setting for this BG Energy Challenge. It's round 2 of the Intelligent Sport World Series. And we're on Brain Cell 4 here. Venture Production, the team in green, making their debut this year. And what an impact they're having here in Newborough Forest. We're approaching Brain Cell 4. And the question all the teams will face is how many triangles? And for those of you who've already been watching the show, you'll realise it's not always as obvious as it seems, especially when you arrive tired. But this team from Scotland certainly seems as though they've enjoyed this first experience of intelligent sport.
Do you want to just go with 32? How long's the penalty?
It will be an 8-minute penalty if they get this wrong. Do they guess and stop wasting time, or push through and go for the correct answer?
What do we get off if you do it? We just go. We just go for it. Just go for it, guys.
Should we just go for 32?
Count again, count last time. Okay, we've got time.
Well, I think you can hear their tactics. They're not certain, but what they do realise is that other teams are fast approaching, and it's better to take a guess and start serving the penalty now. Here come Nexon.
Okay, triangles, different to one I've seen before.
Well, they'll have their own way of counting. But Venture Production.
Okay, let's go with 30. 30? Let's go 30.
They're going for 30, and that's going to be wrong. They don't realise that yet, but they've really got to get a shift on here. They've worked so hard to get their lead. Are they holding on to it?
Sorry, guys.
Well, that took a ridiculous amount of time. You heard one of their team members say, come on, guys, if we're not sure, let's just go for it. And they then spent a valuable extra 2 or 3 minutes talking about it. No wonder they're looking at their watch. And now they're at the mercy of the brain power of the other teams. This is Nexon, second place. They get this right, they take the lead. Sounds simple, but it isn't when you're in the hot seat. BG Group in 3rd place, and surely now any of these teams get this Brain Cell correct, and they will win, because after this, it's just a 1 kilometre glory run into the finish.
Assessment first, guys.
Tactics all important here.
Yes, okay.
2 people work on this. So.
Well, they're suggesting 2 people work on it, but different sections from different team members sounds overly complicated. Who is going to crack this puzzle first?
Split down there. You do that arm, Ian.
Okay.
Tom, do that arm. You do the head.
Until here.
Sorry? Until there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's the BG tactic. Not sure that's going to pay off for them, though. This is Amet coming in now.
Right, right. Left, right.
Great team bond they've had over the last 48 hours, really spurring each other on. A lot of work to do, but remember, if they solve this brain cell, they will surely win. And it's not just pride at stake here. All these teams raising money for the two chosen charities, Care International and Sparks. So a lot at stake here, and a wild look in the eyes of Tony Elliott for BG Group, desperate for this victory. 36 is the correct answer.
13.
And I can see Nexon number 14 approaching the marshals.
No, it's wrong.
And it's the nonchalant "no, you're wrong" that signals the end of Nexon's campaign. This team were desperate for the podium this year, having finished 4th last time out. This is the team that won it 12 months ago, Parenco. But Nexon are now relying on the problem-solving skills, or lack of them, of their opponent teams.
Okay, right, so this one, you counted that one as well, yeah? Yeah. Okay,
BG Group still making hard work of this. And I wonder, could we see a glorious finish for Parenco? Outsiders so far this year, but remember, defending champions. Huge moments of drama, this. This is classic intelligent sport.
Yes.
4. And then get his 5.
Yeah. Where's the 7?
Okay, let me count it again. Watch out, guys.
Well, the amount of time it's taken BG Group to make a decision. Have they never heard of too many cooks spoil the broth? Parenco, if they get this right, they've stolen victory.
No, sorry, guys.
They haven't. They were on top of the podium 12 months ago, and they certainly won't be this year. And if I was part of Venture Production, I would be keeping my fingers crossed right now.
No.
Oh, and they'll be delighted with that. BG Group spent so long deliberating on their answer, and this surely means that for Venture Productions, it's just a case of running down the clock. Team after team after team have got this brain cell wrong. And that means that victory is surely going to Venture Production. They're being counted out to the 1 kilometre run to victory. What a debut. A brilliant climax to the competition here in Anglesey, and a great moment of sportsmanship by the other teams.
It was like the great escape, as eventually everyone was let out of the brain cell and could head for the finish. But by the time they were all back in the sand, Venture Production were well on their way to polishing off a perfect intelligent sport debut.
Awesome, good team.
Well done, guys. Not bad at all. First three by quite a long way. How are you feeling?
Not bad. Nice little warm-up.
Walk in the park?
Yeah, it's not too bad. We were a bit worried we went to that last brain cell, but I think everyone else is just...
AMEC took 3rd in the end, behind BG Group, but ahead of other early leaders, Nexon and Parenco. But it didn't look like anyone was disappointed with their day out on Anglesey.
So that's it. Congratulations to Venture. They're thrilled to have topped the podium and to have avoided having to say Clan Firecourt, Gwyngaeth, Galganesh, Gwindrogo, Clan Titilio, go. That's it from us. Join us in Norway next time for more intelligent sports.
Well done, guys.